28-16, the Seahawks fall to the Niners to lose their fourth straight game. And I got to tell you, you lose 4 in a row. There's no way you can be content and be happy with losing 4 in a row. There needs to be hell to pay for somebody. I am not happy. I am pissed off. Not so much even about today necessarily, but about what has gone on over the last few weeks to get to this point. The Seahawks had everything in front of them. They were a team that was contending for a playoff spot, that had momentum. And now you let this happen. 4 in a row here. This is a debacle. This is embarrassing. This is disgusting. Pete Carroll, John Schneider, Shane Waldron, Clint Hurd, everybody should be ashamed of themselves about what we've seen over the last 4 games. Today, Drew Lockett's the start. No Geno Smith, as he was out with a groin injury. And this was a game that I think we all expected from Drew Lockett. If we're going to be frank, he made some good plays. Offense was moving the football down the field, but had a lot of turnover-worthy plays. And he was trying to make something out of nothing when the offense was so lethargic, and he was trying to push too hard because not everybody else was making the necessary plays they needed to. So Drew Lock, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. I don't put this on Lock today. It's not why they lost. Lock actually looked okay. The run game was MIA. Charbonnet looked better than Kenneth Walker did, but it still wasn't great. Tyler Lockett had 6 catches, 89 yards. DK Metcalf started strong, but then faded and ultimately got ejected from this game. Brock Purdy, 368 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But same song we've been talking about the 5th verse since he joined the Niners. Couldn't stop Christian McCaffrey. 16 carries, 145 yards. Tebow Samuel, 7 catches, 149 yards and a touchdown. It sucked. The Niners, too much skill, too much talent on the field to slow down everybody. We saw that again today. Injury news, Devon Witherspoon. After coming into tonight strong and making some big plays, he left with a lower back injury. Artie Burns with a knee injury. And both players ultimately did not return. Oh, man. It's amazing what's happened with Devon Witherspoon. We have gone from, with Devon Witherspoon, him being a guy that was meant to do something, that was evolving, to now this defense depends on Devon Witherspoon. And when you didn't have Devon Witherspoon out there today, it was obvious, how much of a difference he makes, because the defense wasn't the same without Devon Witherspoon out there. Who is to blame for what we've witnessed the last 4 games? Is it some of the players? Is it Pete? Is it the assistants? Is it the general manager, John Schneider? Is it Jody Allen, the owner of the team, and the Allen Family Trust? What do you guys think? Who is to blame? I think it's down to coaching right now. This team is too talented to be sitting here losing 4 in a row and be looking at a 6-7 record and play the Eagles next week and to be staring at a 6-8 record. Who is to blame? Let me know. We are with you each and every day here on Seahawks Today with daily Seahawks coverage, news and rumors, live shows, watch parties. We're getting you ready for 2024 as well. If you're a diehard Seahawks fan, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Join us for our next watch party. Drew Lock goes 22 of 31 through the air, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. It was exactly what a Drew Lock game would be. The offense showed some momentum. He made some nice throws, but put himself in position to have turnover-worthy plays. Turned it over twice. And I think for the folks out there that have been wanting Geno to be benched and wanting to turn their attention to Drew Lock, do you want this type of game every week? Or do you want a guy that takes care of the football a little bit more than Geno does? I'm still riding with Geno. I'm not turning things over to Drew Lock. That's what you got. That's what you get. It is what it is. Tyler Lockett led this team in receiving, 6 catches, 89 yards. But DK's the big story here because here's the deal. DK had 2 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. That all sounds great, except when you read in a little further and you're like, well, DK was targeted 3 times in the second half, and 2 of those resulted in interceptions. DK was ejected from this game here. I mean, I'm tired of it. I am tired of this BS from DK Metcalf. Look, football's an emotional game, but you have to find a way to keep your emotions in check and to not let them get to you. And DK, 4 or 5 years in, still hasn't figured that out. And it's setting this team back. What do you think of what Drew Lock did today? Greatest performance, A, B, C, D, or F? I'll say this. Drew Lock did about what I expected. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't a superstar. I'd give him about a C today. That's the grade I'd give him. Give me your grade for Drew Lock, what we saw today. Folks, let's tell you about today's sponsor, Factor. I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of Factor meals myself. And if you haven't tried Factor yet, you are missing out. This holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you fuel up fast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all your holiday to-dos. Skip the stress of meal prepping over the holidays with Factor. Choose from 35-plus weekly flavor-packed, fresh-never frozen meals that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. All delivered right to your door and ready to eat in 2 minutes. Enjoy extra convenience any time of day with an assortment of 45-plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold-pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. Head to factormeals.com/SeahawksChat50 and use code SeahawksChat50 to get 50% off. That's code SeahawksChat50 at factormeals.com/SeahawksChat50 to get 50% off. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Factor Meals, proud partner of Seahawks Today. These statistics here for you. The Seahawks they actually won the time of possession today, but 2 turnovers. The 2 turnovers from Drew Lock. The lack of run game, just 3.5 yards a carry. 324 yards of total offense, 6 yards per play for the Seahawks team today. Now, you compare that to San Fran. San Fran had nearly 10 yards of play. You are not going to ever win a football game where your opponent is getting a first down every single play. That's what we saw today. Brock Purdy made all the necessary throws. He showed why he's an MVP candidate. 19-21, 354 yards. McCaffrey was unbelievable. I mean, early in this game, the theme for Seattle was they kept giving up the big plays. We saw it with McCaffrey. We saw it with Deebo Samuel. These guys really just torched the Seahawks with big plays time and time again. And McCaffrey, this run game ultimately ended up with 173 yards on the ground. Painful. Absolutely painful. And now you look at this Seahawks team, 6-7, 4 straight losses. You play the Eagles coming up. Then you're looking at the final stretch of games. Titans, Steelers, and Cardinals. Steelers are a team trying to fight for a playoff spot. Cardinals have Kyler Murray back now, so they're different than they were a couple weeks ago. Titans still have Derrick Henry here. Nothing is a given here. If you want to make the postseason, you got to go 4-0. You have to respond to your 4-game losing streak now with a 4-game winning streak. And that, my friends, is a tall task ahead for this Seahawks team. So, is the season over? At 6-7. Why for yes, in for no. No judgment here. Tell me what you honestly think. 6-7, is it over? Why for yes, in for no? Chime in. Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today. It's painful. I hate it. But brighter days are ahead. Stay subscribed to the channel. We'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.